I thought I would create this video not just for my one particular student, Joseph Adriano. So this is more for all the students out there that I am giving lessons to, and so I will be forwarding all these lessons to my students. And foremost move that I'm going to talk about today is pelvic tilt, and through proper skills such as bridging, or with this football, I can show you how to exercise the proper anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. Okay. And secondly, I'm going to talk about is the torso rotation. Okay, where you move your shoulders independently from your lower body. Okay, with the help with medicine ball. Okay, and then third part I'm going to talk about is deep squat. Okay, it's very important to build power in our gluteus. Okay, because that's where the biggest and the strongest muscle is, and we're going to have to properly utilize those and fire those out to make a proper, golf swing. Okay, to gain power. Everybody wants driving distance. Okay, and lastly, this is very important. I'm going to show you how to use these foam rollers. Okay, to get all the deep fibers and muscles and loosening those muscles up. So when you do go in a round, your big muscles are ready to trigger. What we're going to talk about is the pelvic tilt. Okay, a good exercise to do is called bridging for pelvic tilt. Okay, so we're going to lie down here, straight, flat on our backs. Okay, make sure your fit is just like a sit-up position. Okay, and then next, what we want to do is we want to lift our pelvis straight up to the ceiling. As soon as we do that, we make sure our stomach is tight and our gluteus suck right in and squeeze your chest in there. And you can hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you bring it back. You do this again. At first, you may feel tightness on your hamstring, but that's okay. Make sure your weights are on your hip, and you squeeze your butt cheeks all over like this. Okay? Okay, that's your pelvic. Okay. The next move is going to be with the assist of this fit ball. We're going to practice our anterior and posterior pelvic moves. Okay, so posterior, anterior, posterior, going forward, anterior, posterior, anterior. Okay, show you the other way. So posterior, anterior, posterior, anterior, posterior, anterior, posterior, anterior. So you practice this. This will help you make that proper moves. Okay, next exercise will be more of a torso rotation, right? So the range of motion you can have independently from the lower body, right? Okay? So with that in mind, we can use a medicine ball and turn our shoulders around and keeping the bottom stable. Back swing and forward swing. Back swing and forward swing. And back swing and forward swing. So as you get better with this, you can use different weights of the medicine ball. Exercise is what we call a deep squat. This is full on hamstrings and gluteus exercise. Okay, so we want to keep our back pretty straight. Okay, you can leave your hands anywhere you want, and the key is going down, squatting all the way as far as you can. Okay, and then coming up with cheeks squeezed in. Okay, see my cheeks squeezed in. Okay, going all the way down, as far as you can. Okay, and then come up, cheeks straight squeezed in like that. Okay, that's gonna work your hamstrings here, and it's gonna fire your glutes. Okay, you do that about 10 times for maybe 4 or 5 reps, and that's gonna fire your hips. Again, make sure your back is straight and go all the way down as close as you can, and come up, squeeze your cheeks. Okay, and let me show you the side version. Down, down, straight, down. Okay, next I'm going to work on is foam rolling. Okay, alright, that's very important because we want to loosen up all the tightness of the muscles. Take your shoes off if possible, and then we want to start off from here. Okay, work the calves, you can rotate back and forth. Okay, and then moving up to the calves. Okay, okay, and then we want to work the thighs here. Okay, alright, just like that. Okay, for bigger muscles, we need to use a foam that's bigger. Okay, like this here. Alright, so we're moving up slowly, making sure we're working the thighs. Okay, and then you move up to your hips. You can feel the tightness and the tension there. Loosen it up. Okay, okay. You can also do this by lifting one side of the leg, going back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Or you can go this way, maybe one side. Okay, get good at this. Make sure you go all inside like this. Okay, then move on to the other side. Okay, okay. Go back to your hips, glutes. Make sure you get all of that part loosen up. Okay? And that's it. It's very important you get the foam rollers and you get that muscles all loosened up and ready to be fired. Okay? Okay, today I'm gonna demonstrate to you an equipment. It's a trainer, power hip trainer, made by Somax Corporation. Here is a bar with a very heavy-duty spring below it. It gives very strong resistance. Okay, and there's a belt buckle. You can adjust to your waist height. Okay, and what this does is it gives resistance as we work on our hip and gluteus and hamstrings. Okay, as we have most of our golfers, especially you, Joseph, we have standing pelvic tilt. Some of the moves like anterior, where your pelvic rotation. Okay, this is this, for example, standing pelvic tilt. Standing pelvic rotation will be this, without moving your shoulders. You're just moving the hips around. Okay. And then we got standing torso rotation, which is keeping the bottom still and moving your upper body, right? And we want to see how far the range of motion it is without moving the bottom and keeping the bottom stable. Okay. And deep squats. Okay. You want to keep your back straight, and then come down. And thrust. Squeeze your gluteus. Okay. Okay. So all these moves is very important for a golf swing. Okay. That's why we're doing this. I'm gonna demonstrate to you how to use this. I'm gonna start off with a neutral position here. Okay. This is a warm-up. We want to make sure we're strapped it pretty tight. Okay. It's almost like a seat belt. Okay. Okay, so here we go. What we want to do is we want to put the arms across, okay, and we want to rotate 90 degrees left to right, okay. But to remember, the key thing to remember is that we're not moving with our shoulders, okay. We're moving with our lower legs, okay. And here we go. We want to make sure we get full 90-degree turn with your lower body. Okay. We're going to time this for like 2 minutes. And we don't have to go fast. Okay. Okay, I have a drill 2 here. It's called a strength impact turn. So we're going to have to change the position of the hip cinch, okay, to a closed position here. And reinserting the pin. And we're going to do 3 sets of, so strap myself up here. Right. Okay, so I come back, I feel the resistance already. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do right here. Okay, we put our hands over our shoulders, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a 60-degree closed and 60 degrees open, keeping the heels to the ground, right? So if you don't have 60 degrees of internal hip rotation, you're going to have a problem doing this, but you know, so here we go. What we want to do is 60 degrees turn to the right, which is in a backswing, right? And 60 degrees turn on a downswing. That's the impact position. Okay, so we want to do 3 sets of 10 on this. Okay, here we go. 60 degrees, turn. 60 60 degrees, turn, 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 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, come back. And then you repeat that 3 times. Okay? Okay, the next drill I'm going to do is strength and separation impact turn. Okay? So what this does is, let me strap myself up first. Okay, come back to the center, feel the resistance. We want to turn 60 degrees close and 60 degrees open. Same thing like the other one, but this time we want to keep the arms up, out, like this. Try not to move your arms around. All we want to do is move the hips. So what we want to do is we want to move the hips, fire the hips independently from the shoulders. Okay? And do 10 reps of this. After you fire, you hold for a fraction of a second, and then come back, hold, fire, fire. Okay? Let's do this. Okay? Keep your arms out. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Yeah, you can really feel the workout on this. And then come back. And so you want to do that 3 sets. Okay, so the next drill I'm going to do is called a full strength turn. Okay? Let me strap this. So come back to the center. So on this drill, we want to put our hands over the shoulders. We're going to turn 60 degrees closed and 90 degrees full turn. Okay? So 10 sets of this, okay? 60, 90, 60, 90. You want to make sure your hip is ahead of your right shoulder at all time after full turn. Okay? Yeah, you can really feel the coils in there, okay? As you turn. 60, 90, 60, 90. Okay, come back. And then do 10 of that.